This is from Abood.
Abood.
And he asked you a question a while back about the border wall. If you're still taking topics, would you ask Lee the following? So many people, myself included, think you to be one of the greatest bodybuilders ever.
But
What would you say is the main reason why the judges never gave you the same kind of recognition? Thanks.
no idea. You'd have to ask the judges. I guess it would come down to being outspoken a lot. I guess if you're outspoken and you're not in their good books, that plays a bit, because you see a lot of guys who used to kiss the judges' asses or promoters' asses, and they wouldn't look nearly as good as some other people, but they'd still place well. Then you see people like myself and other guys who are in great shape and look better, but because you've either spoken out against somebody or you haven't played their game, as they call it, just shut up, Lee, and play the game. Well, I'm not going to play the game because their game isn't fair. So I guess that's probably one of the major reasons. Or I could always say, okay, maybe my body wasn't good enough, but I think 95% of the time, or even 98%, I always came in top shape, so I couldn't really say it was my conditioning or stuff, because like I said, I got beat by guys who are a lot softer and out of shape than what I was. So I think it just comes down to having my own mind, really. If you have your own mind and you're smart and think for yourself, they don't like it. Simple as that.
And do you think they changed the judging requirements based on, I guess, the most...
There are no judging requirements.
But at least this, Jay was a great, champion, I guess, and a great ambassador for the sport. But, geez, just that look that, wasn't. It was like.
Jay was a good ambassador for the sport, but he was a better ambassador for himself. I think he cared more about himself than the sport, which most of them do. So. If they cared about the sport, they would stand up for all the other athletes and, be counted and be heard and make the sport better for everybody. But they didn't. They're just interested in what they could get out of it for themselves. No one's blaming them for that, because everyone wants to make a bit of money and a living from it. But also, if you're in a group like that and you've got a whole lot of guys under you and you're the top dog, you should look out for the other guys, You're not saying you have to baby them or hold their hand, but if these guys are professional athletes and they're meant to be your buddies and your mates and you're all competing together for the goal of making the sport better, and that they really didn't. They just made the sport better for themselves and what they could get out of it, not everybody else. So when they leave, the sport's no better than before. So you want to make it better, so when you leave and retire, the sport's progressing and always getting better, but sadly it's not. So I guess they're doing it for themselves and what they can get out of it.